First off, I'm not sorry. Gonna apologize to nobody. You act like I'm invisible. Girl, don't act like you ain't saw me. Go our separate ways. You are so efficient. But look at the it's just something to say. Hey, I swear to God, I never fall in love. Then you showed up and I can't get enough of it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to John Felix Audits, my second channel, and the channel I'm trying to get monetized. They told me I could reapply yesterday, and when I went to reapply, now I'm short 1,500 hours of watch time again because I took down the stuff that wasn't mine. So here we go. Let's try to pass the threshold of YouTube's flaming rings I have to jump through. So this is my most famous popular video in the world. It got 19 million views. It was shared by Snoop Dogg, Trey Songz, Atlanta Housewives all over their Facebooks. And then Police to Police 2.0 stole it, put it on Facebook, didn't link me, didn't credit me. And it had a whole second wave of millions of views. So technically it probably has well over 20 million views. And the reason I say I know about the Facebook wave is because there was one wave where people were noticing me in public and stopping me in public. And then the Police to Police put it on Facebook and it went viral a second time. And there was a gap in between the first and second time of people recognizing me in public. Even where I went and played pool, like people would just stop me, like, "Oh my God, it's you." I go, "Yeah, it's me. I'm that guy. That's me." So anyway, what's my point? My point is, people want to know what happened with this video. The guy you see looking at you right there, that's me. My eyebrows are far more on fleek at this point. I've sharpened the edges and tightened them up a little bit. That's neither here or there, but so at this point in my life, I'm broke. I think I'm a newlywed or about to get married. And I'm Uber driving for a living. I left the casino. And on this day, I Ubered somebody to the not University of Tampa, but UFC, the other one, the Bulls. I Ubered someone to that college. On the way back, I was headed to the silver store, so I could buy 2 coins to make 2 rings, so I could make a few bucks. And on my way back, and this is Highway 41, this goes all the way from Florida or Miami all the way up to Indiana. And the speed limit's 50 in this stretch, and I always set my cruise at 54 because basically any cop that gives you a ticket for 4 overs is just a piece of crap. And this cop claims I was doing 65. So I'm going to be interrupting, I'm going to be narrating, and at the end I'll tell you what ended up happening. And I'm not going to put in the cussing part. You can go watch the original if you want to see that part. There we go, getting stopped. I don't know what for. Go up to the next intersection and make a right-hand turn so you can get off the road. All right? Go up to the next intersection. Pull up to the next intersection and make a right. He's yelling at me over the loudspeaker. I wonder what I was doing. You can see I had no idea because I had my cruise control set. This should be interesting. Pull up to the next intersection and take a right. What's wrong with your pinky? That was a million comments. That's a basketball injury. A lot of basketball players have this injury. It's called boutonniere finger or boutonnois, however you want to say it. Now he's following me with his lights on. Now he hits a siren. And the reason he's hitting a siren is because he wanted me to turn into a driveway or a field or something. But he said to go to the next intersection, which is exactly what I did. Again, you think he's chasing John Dillinger or something. What is the deal here?
Now I hear a siren. What is with the siren? He got on his loudspeaker.
Like, what is with that guy? He said next intersection. I'm going to the next intersection.
He said go to the next intersection and take a right. Ah, man, I can't win. Well, I'm trying to just go about my day here. Here you go. Here's your heroes. Now I'm being stopped like I'm some type of criminal. I'm gonna get my license out. What happened to it? I don't understand where he wants me. I'm gonna pull in here. Kind of looks safe. I think. I hope. Let's see what this guy wants.
Now, he's already on high alert because he told me to go to the next intersection. I went to the next intersection, but he doesn't understand English very well. So now he's already coming in hot.
Here we go.
Can you roll your window down for me, please?
Right away, he's asking me to do something that I don't have to do by law. Okay, 322.15, I can present my license through the window. Don't need to speak to you. I can present my license, insurance, and registration with the window rolled all the way up for all the idiots in the first video.
I just wanted you to pull off the road at the next intersection. I didn't want you to come all the way up to Pasco County.
Is this not the next intersection?
No, sir. There's about 5 driveways you could have pulled into.
Is this not the next intersection? So he thinks a driveway is an intersection. I'm looking for the intersection on the road, and he's claiming that driveways and fields are intersections.
I thought you meant the intersection here. I apologize.
I said the next intersection. There was a community there you could have pulled into. And I pull people over all the time to pull in there. There's an open field.
That I pull people over all the time. I basically pirate this stretch of road here and steal money from people who haven't victimized anybody all the time. So do you tell them to move into the next intersection, or do you tell them the next driveway or field?
Right there you could have pulled into. There's many places.
Just a misunderstanding, sir.
Okay.
I thought you meant this
Can you roll your
intersection.
window down for me?
Here you go.
Can you roll your window all the way down?
Again, he's concerned about the window. And people, when they say officer safety, it's not officer safety. It's they want to be able to reach inside and get to you without having to go through a window. Period. That's what it's for. So they can get to you easier if they need to.
Please.
Why?
For officer safety.
Sir, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm recording everything.
Okay.
Okay,
So
here's my hands.
I'd like you to roll your window down, please.
Sir, I don't...
Again, he just can't deal with the fact that I don't have to roll the window down. And you don't. And you shouldn't have to. This is basically, they're trying to charge you with stuff. You should be able to remain completely silent. The whole thing is unconstitutional if you want to get down to it. There's no probable cause of a crime here. There's no victim here. I didn't do anything to anybody. I saw a great meme with the Skeletor where it said, punishable by a fine means it's legal for a price. And that's exactly what this is right here.
feel safe.
You don't feel safe?
I do not.
Would you like me to get another deputy so you have 2 law enforcement?
So I told him I don't feel safe rolling down the window because there's a gunman right on the other side of the window that could care less about me. And he says, would you feel safer if I brought a second gunman to the scene? Think about cop mentality here. No, we're scared of you. We don't want more of you. We want less of you and less intrusion in our lives.
Feel less safe if there's 2 of you here.
How would you not feel safe with police officers here?
I could.
Wow, dude. Because police officers kill 3 Americans a day. How about that? I don't want to be one of those 3. Especially when you don't know what an intersection is.
Explain it, sir, but you're not going to believe me. So here's my license, which I'm required to give you. Here you go. And here's
Again, I could have just displayed this through the window lawfully, and he would have had a shit fit if I did that. You know he would have.
my insurance, which I'm required to give you. Sir, I'm not.
Again with the window. Again with the window. If you encounter Stephen Ross, this oath violating person, make sure, ask him if he's learned that you don't have to roll your window down at a traffic stop or speak at all.
Required to by law.
Yes, you are, sir.
I am not.
That's a lie. I'm not required to by law. I have the law in my hands, and he says, yes, you are. He's a liar, just like most cops.
I've been through this many times.
Okay, please put your window down.
I don't feel safe. So here's my hands. They're going to be on the steering wheel.
I need your registration also.
Okay.
Can you send me a second gunman here? This guy wants to be safe inside his car and free from attack.
Am I being stopped?
For speeding, sir, you went right past me and you were going 65 miles an hour. It's a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Nonsense.
Okay. Here's everything I got.
Okay.
By the way, I called Google. I emailed Google to find my speed. My dash cam's a piece of crap. One of my subscribers tried to figure it out according to the noises or et cetera, the light poles. I went to a Hyundai dealership. They couldn't tell me how fast I was going. I tried everything I could possibly do to find out how fast I was going on this day, to no avail.
And here's my hands, okay?
You want to tell me
Oh, wait, here's
what
it.
the problem is with rolling your window down?
Here's everything I got. Here's all my paperwork.
You want to tell me what your problem is, keeping my window up, and you just going by the law, 322.15? Why can't you just follow the law? What's wrong with that?
I'd rather just remain silent from here on out.
Okay, is this your...
I'm going to remain silent from here on out.
Well, you need to tell me if this is your current address, though, if I ask you.
Another lie. If I ask you, you have to tell me. The reason he's asking if that's your current address is because if it's not, they can give you another ticket for all the haters in the first section of the first video.
I'm not asking you to any questions about any crime, okay?
I'm still allowed to remain silent, sir.
You could remain silent.
I can remain silent at any time,
I
sir.
don't need to give her your Miranda warnings. I'm just...
No one asked about Miranda warnings. I can remain silent anytime I feel like. Why don't cops understand the law?
simply getting your identification, which includes your current address and telephone number.
I gave you my identification. Again, you're making a fool of yourself.
Sir, with all due respect, I've given you everything I'm required to give you by law.
And I've been respectful to this guy this whole time. He just can't let his ego go.
Inquiring as to whether this is current or if you live somewhere else.
And I answered.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you said you weren't going to tell me.
I said I don't... Okay. I'm going to say this one more time. I remain silent. I don't answer questions. And that's it. Do what you have
He couldn't handle that.
to do. I've given you everything I'm legally obligated to do.
Do you have any firearms in the car, sir?
I don't answer...
What, again, now what relevance is that and what business is that of his? Firearms are not illegal. And why are you asking? You pulled me over for quote unquote speeding, a victimless crime. And for all the morons that says speeding isn't a victimless crime, what about if you hit somebody? If you hit somebody, that's called collision. It's not speeding. It's two different words with two different definitions.
questions.
No, you need to answer that question, sir.
I don't answer questions.
Another lie from Stephen Ross, the oath violator. You don't have to answer any of their questions ever.
Sir.
Sir, do you have a firearm in your car?
I don't answer questions, sir.
Are you some sort of sovereign citizen or something?
No, I'm not, and that's defamation.
Again, knowing the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and exercising your rights according to the Bill of Rights makes cops think that you're a sovereign citizen. The cops who get away with everything in life get free food in drive-thrus, get to break all the traffic laws, have qualified immunity, the police unions, Terry v. Ohio on their side, Harlow versus Fitzgerald on their side. on and on and on and on, have the nerve to call somebody else a sovereign. Let me go back a few seconds.
I don't answer questions, sir.
Are you some sort of sovereign citizen or something?
No, I'm not, and that's defamation.
I'm sorry? I'm asking you a question. I'm not telling you.
No, sir, I do not work for the police.
Boom. Because you're the sovereign citizen, dude. You're the ones rolling around. Stop impeding the freedom of law-abiding citizens doing nothing but working and paying your paycheck with immunity. Who's the sovereign in this situation? Grab a dictionary, audit the audit, and anyone that doesn't understand what a sovereign citizen is, it means you're sovereign from the rules of everybody else, like cops and judges and politicians and prosecuting attorneys and. Those are the sovereigns in this country, not me, the guy who's trying to make rings and Uber some lady to her college class. You're looking at the sovereign. This is anti-progress. This is anti-freedom. It's anti-everything America stands for, what this guy's sitting here doing. And then he has the nerve to say that I'm a sovereign. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I do not work for the police.
No, I didn't ask you that.
Well, that's what a sovereign...
That's exactly what you asked me. Am I a sovereign citizen? No, I'm not on your side of the fence, bro. I don't work for the government. I'm not a parasite that gets away with everything. That's you.
Citizen is?
No.
No, sir, I do not work for the police. I do not work for the police.
No, I didn't ask you that.
Well, that's what a sovereign citizen is.
No, sir.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Sovereign citizen is somebody who doesn't think that the law applies to them.
Sir, I've given...
Exactly. You. That you keep telling me to roll the window down, unlawful order after unlawful order. You, the one that can't just follow the law and the Constitution. You're the sovereign, dummy.
Everything I'm required to give you by law. What are you talking about?
I'm just,
You're just making stuff up now.
Yeah. When you run out of logic and reason, now I'm a sovereign citizen, and now you're just making stuff up. That's exactly what he's doing. I've given him everything I was legally obligated to give him. License, insurance, and registration. And even that's not constitutional. But I gave it to him anyway to avoid the force and violence they would use against me if I didn't have that. And they wouldn't let me go around America freely as an American. So I gave him that under 322.15. I didn't have to physically hand it to him. I could have displayed it through the window with the window rolled all the way up and absolutely zero conversation taking place. That's the law. They don't even like the law. They don't follow the law. And when I press the law, their own laws against them, they consider me the sovereign. Talk about brainwashed upside down world blue line cult. The blue line Scientology cult mentality. Here it is, front and center.
I've been polite to you too, sir, and I've given you everything I'm required to give you by law, and I've done everything I'm required to do by law.
All right, I also need your telephone number.
Oh. After I just put him in his place right there, I need your telephone number. Again, no, you don't. What law is that?
No.
Okay.
I'm not required.
All right, sir. You can hold on to this, because I don't need this. I'll be back with you in a few minutes.
I think I'm going to end it there because we're at 20 minutes. Please support me, man. Watch this a couple times if you can. You see, what was I doing wrong? What crime did I commit? Taking my car, Ubering someone to the college, and then trying to come back, hit the silver store, go home, and make the 2 rings I had. Instead, some government sovereign citizen parasite decides that I'm moving too fast, or whatever equipment he used to radar me, and he gets to impede my freedom. I'm suddenly not a free person anymore because they figured out ways to destroy almost all freedoms in this country. And if you don't believe me, just think about this. Name something you're allowed to do in this country without paid permission from the government. Can you chop a tree down in your yard? Can you build a shed? you can basically walk, but even in Florida, there's like 18 walking laws. Walking laws. Walking. Anyone who still claims this is a free country is living under a rock. So, what ended up happening? I had Legal Shield. I was thinking I was the first guy to get it, honestly. And I called a lawyer. They provided me with a lawyer. And the court date was right at the time I was headed to Ohio for vacation. So the lawyer went to court. I was in Ohio. He calls me and he says that they've all seen the video and your probably best bet is just to plead no contest and pay, I forget what it was, probably $300 some. And I asked him, I go, what's the relevance of how I was acting? What is the relevance to speeding? And he pulls the old, well, it's the tradition of the court to ask how the person was acting during the traffic stop. It's the tradition of the court to inquire about completely irrelevant information as to the crime, which isn't even a crime. There's no victim there. It's the state versus you. The state doesn't show up. No one to represent the state usually shows up, like a prosecuting attorney. The cop is a witness to this crime you committed against the state who doesn't show up. And the judge pretty much works for the state. And they're all, it's a racketeering scheme. This is basically mafia style racketeering, except they do it in the open and they claim that they're legitimate for doing it. So I was talking to a ex-cop last night and we started debating, and boy, oh boy, he would talk. But if I say anything, he would say, let me finish. And I have a bad habit of butting in. So I let him talk and I let him talk and I let him talk. And when I tried to get out just a couple points, he would talk over me. And he wasn't a bad guy, but he was being hypocritical in that sense. So he would bring up examples and I would always go with, so who's the victim? And he tried to pull the state as the victim a few times. And I'm like, the state is not a victim. Okay, if the state is a victim, are they going to show up? Do I have the right to face my accuser? Does the state show up? And if they do show up, who's representing the state? And what evidence do they have that I've damaged the state in some way by my actions? Right? It's completely unconstitutional. Again, call me a sovereign if you want, but the only, and you might as well all be sovereigns if this is the case, because if you weren't threatened by these guys on the road with guns to have a plastic card, like you're some type of commercial driver, you would not go pay $32 and renew your stuff every so many years so you could take your own car on the road. If you actually think about that concept that you pay the government for permission to move around in your own car, think about how radical, anti-progress, anti-freedom that is. Anyway, that's the deal. Camille, my Bobcat crypto miner has arrived. It's called the People's Miner Bobcat Miner 300. Supposedly pulls crypto out of the air. And if you could please share this video, comment, like. I'll link the original because right after this he comes back and things get wild. If you haven't seen it by now, you're one of the few. But thanks everybody. This is the video that so-called launched my stardom, if you will. And I really appreciate you guys more than I could ever explain, detail, ramble on about. If it wasn't for you guys agreeing with my message of freedom and understanding the words and language I use, because it's literally what's happening regardless of the other names you put on it. A rose by any other name is still a rose. All right, check out my links in the description. Go to John's Coin Rings and get yourself a nice coin ring if you're getting married or something. Other than that, peace and tranquility. Love you long time. Bye.